who is entitled to claim? What is the procedure for granting a refund to a person? Three I am going to take in this class. Under section 237, who is entitled to claim? That any assessee, that is any person, during the assessment year has paid any tax over and above the tax payable by him, he can claim the refund. Next, if the assessee dies or the company is in liquidation or in the case of insolvency, that person cannot claim. His legal heir or receiver or guardian or trustee can claim the refund. Another thing, if any income clubbed in the hands of another person, that is the income of that person, the latter can claim the refund. That is the claimant. Then we come to special circumstances. That is what I told you. In the case of another person clubbed in the income and the legal or representative or trustee can claim the refund. When the refund arises, if the tax deducted by of tax dividend, TDS, that is interest on securities, etc., over and above the tax payable, then any tax deduction is made higher than the rate, then any advance tax or tax paid under section 140A in excess of the tax demanded of him. Any appeal effect on which the income will be reduced. On that account only he can have the benefit of refund. And any rectification of mistakes on account of any mistakes pointed out by the assessee, by that if he revises the assessment, the refund, the assessee can get it. And any excess payment of penalty or tax paid by him which is passed in apparent state, thereby also he will be entitled to claim refund. Then double taxation relief. If any tax is deducted outside India where agreement has not been existed, in that case also you will get the refund. Then with regard to arrears, he got under a section 891 arrears of salary by of relief under 891, you will be able to get the refund. Then for getting the refund, he has to apply in form number 30 within the stipulated time, that is 1 year. After 1 year, if any claim is made, as an assessing officer, that is ITO, AC, DC, from the CC80 or C80, that is depending on the amount involved. From the C80 up to 1,000 to 10,000 from CC80. If the refund exceeds 10,000, it will be approved by the CBDT, that is the board under section 192B. Then, as an assessing officer, he can withhold the refund also under section 241. By that, before withholding the refund, he should get approval from the commissioner or CC80 or both, depending on the amount involved. If an assessment made under Section 143(1), if the assessing officer has issued notice under Section 143(2) or calling for the reopening the assessment, he can withhold the refund with the approval of the CE. Any order in appeal that is cancelled, set aside, in that case, if you issued any notice pursuant in assessment 143(2) under Section 143(2), he can withhold the refund. Then, if any duplicate dividend warrant is filed, by that he should file indemnity bond. In that he has to state what is the reason for losing of the dividend warrant in the non-judicial paper to the value, according to the value of the refund claim. In that we should mention that same tax deduction or interest on securities or dividend, etc., has not claimed during the assessment year or will not claim any refund on this count. While issuing the refund, according to the amount involved, that is up to 1 lakh, the assessing officer can issue the refund sua motu on his own motion. If the refund exceeds 1 lakh, the assessing officer has to get the prior approval of the DC. Then, prior to the board circular, if the refunds exceeds 1 lakh, the assessing officer used to get the prior permission from the DC. If it exceeds 1 lakh, that exceeds 10 lakhs, if the refund exceeds 10 lakhs, the DC used to get the prior approval of the C80. By this board circular dated 2993, the power of granting refund has been vested with the Deputy Commissioner himself. He need not get approval from the C80 if the refund exceeds 10 lakhs.
Provision is applicable only to metropolitan cities or other places also?
It is as per board circular. It will be applicable to throughout the country. Yes. Not from the CC80 or C80 concerned. It is from the board. It will be very good to the entire country. Then, how to write the refund order? After getting approval from the DC by the section clerk, there are 2 refund vouchers, one up to 999 and other 1000 and above. If the refund voucher up to 999 contains 3 files. First file to be kept in the file on the refund voucher, and 2 and 3 to be sent to the assessee directly. He will deposit in the bank the 2 refund voucher and the advice note. First one will be forwarded by the bank to the ZAO concerned, and the another one to the designated officer, the DCTU or DCU, as the case may be. Another one, 1000 and above, that will contain 4 files. First file will be kept in the file, second file to the assessee, the third file and fourth file to the bank. They will in turn distribute the third file to the ZAO and fourth file to the designated officer concerned. While writing the refund voucher, care should be taken to write on the top in the ready in the words. Irrespective of the amount involved, the refund voucher to be crossed, that is account payee. Account payee, irrespective of the amount. It should be worded. In the concluding, we should put one link, that is, if they write refund for 10,000, in the bracket, rupees 10,000, one need to be compulsorily returned. That will avoid interpolation of the figure. And in the refund voucher, we should not use any rubber stamp below the signature of the assessing officer. Only in the box provided, the district, ward, circle, etc. to be made in a rubber stamp and affixed in the box itself. We should not be, while writing the refund order, while initialing the refund order, we should not make any dated or initials. Only on the space provided on the back of the voucher, only we have to put the date or signature of the person who has written the refund voucher or checked the refund order, or by head clerk, supervisor, or another colleague. That while sending the refund order to the assessee, we have to observe some guidelines, that is instructions. If the refund exceeds 2,500, it should be sent through RPAD, Registered Post Acknowledgement Due. If the refund up to 2,500, we can send it through the notice server. Then again, if the assessing officer feels, if the refund relates to the outstation assessee, he can send it by notice server or by RPAD. That power is vested with him. It is a discretionary power of him. If the refund, that is the notice server, should not keep any refund order with him beyond 10 days. He should return. If the party is not available, he should return and take back the refund voucher on the next day. Refund orders to be dispatched, that is to leave the office within 7 days from the writing of the order, that is passing of the order for grant of refund. Within 7 days you should leave the office. Now, as I told you, that up to 999 and 1000 and above, there are two different refund vouchers. That is printed on MICR, magnetic ink character recognition. That is in 8 inches by 3.23 inches, 2 by 3 inches. The refund vouchers should be in the custody, personal custody of the assessing officer. As the dealing clerk, you should not keep the refund voucher in your almirah. It should be kept in the personal custody of the officer If we used to write the refund order, we have to move the assessing officer and take the refund voucher. And after finishing, and while going from the office, you should keep the refund vouchers in the officer's room. Strictly speaking, a refund order, the words to be written by the assessing officer himself on the top, below rupees, that is under rupees, he should write personally. There is possibility of adjusting the demands, if any. Even the demand is stayed in appeal, that is by the CIT or by AT, IT, etc. The demands outstanding can be adjusted against the refunds due under intimation to the assessee. It should be intimated that this refund is adjusted against what demand or penalty or etc. That should be intimated to the assessee, even if the demand is stayed in appeal or etc. While taking the refund vouchers in use, we have to intimate to the Reserve Bank or State Bank etc. the number brought into use. Then again, we have to write the refund voucher. No refund voucher can be validated after the expiry of, only after the expiry of 3 months. Up to 3 months, it can be encashed. It cannot be revalidated. Only we have to issue fresh refund order under intimation to the bank withdrawing that refund voucher already issued, or after the expiry of 3 months period. That while sending the refund order along with the order or intimation etc., we should not staple the refund voucher on the code line or paste it. It should be carefully undone. That is what I want to take in this class. Next class,